sevak of the Bala Vihar, and my mother was also the sevika, so we used to have the Bala Vihar classes in my home. And so every moment of that, the teaching with listening to the Bhagavad Gita chanting and the stories from the Puranas and then conversations as children, they really defined our character. And I think every time the war came, the 62 war, the 65 war, the 71 war, and Gurudev was there right in the front inspiring all of us. So this school that we have created, which attracts students from all over the country, where students who are engineers and other graduates who are working in industry, they take a year off to come and study here, and they do this course on leadership. And it's based on Gurudev's teaching. So we have meditation, yoga, pranayam as a part of our curriculum. We have teachings on compassion. So one day in a week, our students go and do seva. They go and work with the slum children here or in the villages nearby, and so on and so forth. And we go every year for 8 days to Sandeepany Ashram. All the students, the teachers, the faculty, the industry people go there. And these are really special days in the lives of our students and all of us. So I don't want to talk more about soil, but I just am so pleased that Swamiji is with us. And Swamiji, we are, our students and all the Gurgaon Nivasis are blessed by your visit. We really thank you for coming here. And may I request Dr. Ray to please step forward. Dr. Ray is the Dean of the school, to step forward and garland Swamiji. Who is such a wonderful teacher and who's been also to soil earlier. And my Guru Bhai Oberoi, with whom we have been together for so many years with Gurudev. And you all know Oberoi, he really was the person who worked so much for the Kuwait mission, and now we are so fortunate that he's come to Gurgaon. So Oberoi, please, you may want to introduce Swami.
Hari Om. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurudev Namaha. Pranam to Swamiji and Brahmachari Nandi Chaitanya. Before I say a few words, I'll request Anuradha Bhai to offer bouquet of flowers to Swami Advaitananda. To give a bouquet of flowers as our love, token of love to Brahmachari Nandi Chaitanya. One thing more, I'll request Rita Kapoor to give a bouquet of flowers to our Guru Bhai, CEO, founder of SAIL, Anil Saide. We take this opportunity to welcome you to this talk session and thank you for the same. But who are new to this session, I'll just say a few words as an introduction. Presently, His Holiness Swami Advaitananda Ji is a resident Acharya of Chinmaya Vibhooti Ashram, Pune. Chinmaya Vibhooti is another landmark of Chinmaya Mission. It's a monumental tribute to the life, teachings and service of His Holiness Swami Chinmayananda, the founder of Chinmaya Mission and one of the most renowned spiritual luminaries of the 20th century. Chinmaya Vibhooti is a vision and source center that spans over 70 acres of serene, pictorial landscape surrounded by the Sahyadri Mountains. It is situated in Kolwan, located between Mumbai and Pune. Having been inspired by Param Pujya Swami Chinmayananda Ji and with the guidance of Pujya Guruji Swami Tejavananda Ji, Swamiji, after completing his BE in Mechanical Engineering in 1988, joined Sidbari Ashram of Chinmaya Mission in Himachal Pradesh and did Brahmachari course under Swami Advaitananda Ji. Upon completing his training in 1991, he served Chinmaya Mission centers in Indore and Allahabad as Brahmachari Sumitra Chaitanya. After that, he was Acharya in charge of Siddh Bari and taught 2 batches, that is 7th and 8th Brahmachari course in Hindi. In 2002, he was given Sannyas Diksha by Pujya Swami Advaitananda ji, the present head of Chinmaya Mission worldwide, and named Swami Advaitananda. From 2001 to 2009, Swamiji was the Acharya of Chinmaya Mission Kolkata. Stepped in between, he served Durban Mission for a nearly year. Being an outstanding teacher with a depth beneath his simplicity and humility, Swamiji was then appointed in the prestigious post of Acharya in charge in English at Sandeepany Sadhanalaya Mumbai. Swami Advaitananda ji is a great speaker on Vedanta, Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana and Bhagavatam. Swamiji's presentation of Vedanta in a lucid way with humor became extremely popular among the listeners. His most captivating bhajans will transport the listeners to nectarine heights. His simple talks on management ethos are quite motivating. He lives the philosophy he preaches. Ever devoted to his master, His Holiness Swami Chinmayananda, and the knowledge of the ancient scriptures. Hari Om.
Om Sri Ganeshaya Namaha, Sri Saraswatye Namaha, Sri Gurubhyo Namaha, Samasta Jana Kalyani Yatam Karunamayam, Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. I am extremely happy to visit soil. I heard a lot about this institution, but never got a chance to come here. So today I got a chance. It is wonderful to see and meet students. I thank Mr. Som and Aniti, of course, for organizing this talk. And I hope you will enjoy this talk, because the topic of this talk is happiness. Happiness is me. This is the today's topic of discussion. Happiness is me. Now see, if we look at our life, life is a series of experiences. One after other, we are having new experiences. We are performing many actions, and through actions we are getting experiences. But actually through all actions, what we want, what is the outcome, what is the result we want, that we should think. Because when we are discussing about life, we have to discuss about action. Because without action, we cannot think of life. So what is the purpose of each action? Why we perform? Why we act? And if I say in simple word, why I am living? What is the goal of my life? This is actually fundamental questions. But hardly we think about it. We are so much caught up in our worldly activities that we forgot that why we are doing. Why am I living? To somebody, other person asked, why are you living? He said, because I am not dead. But that is not the real answer. He wanted to know what is the purpose, goal. The goal of purpose, when we think, goal of life, I heard a very good acronym of goal, G-O-A-L. Getting over all limitations. Getting over all limitation is actually the goal of our life. We don't want to be bound. We don't want to be remain living in a unhappiness, sorrowful situation. We don't want to be stressed or tense. We want a free, successful, happy life. This is actually the goal. And forget about goal of life. Each action, whatever we are performing, it is actually done for this purpose only. Nobody is doing anything for getting more sorrow or getting more tension. Each small action also, small activity also is done for getting peace of mind or enjoyment or for happiness. Whatever we read, whatever we listen, whatever we talk, it is only for one purpose. See, all of you have come here not for listening my talk, in fact. Actually, you want to enjoy that talk. If in that card or when the advertisement had been done, that time, if Somji must have advertised that if you come to this talk, you will become very much bored. Then would you come here? So listening also is for happiness. See, we get married to get happiness. We get divorced to get happiness. Shadi and talaq, both is for happiness. I talk to somebody if I get happiness and joy. The moment I feel that talking with this, spoil my peace of mind, I stop talking. So each activity is revolving around happiness. And since whole life is nothing but combination of so many actions, so therefore, simple mathematics. If one activity has got purpose as happiness, the n activity, the n number of activities also has got one purpose, and that is happiness. Is it true or not? Anybody is here who wants sorrow or unhappiness? If anybody is there, please meet me, I will give you. So it is against our natural, instinct. Everybody wants this one. And that's why they say, choiceless goal has been given to us. There is no choice, no option that whether you want happiness or unhappiness, joy or sorrow. Everybody, whether they are small or big, wants one. And that's why, in our day-to-day transaction, this happiness word keep coming. For birthday, we wish happy birthday. On New Year, what we say, wish you happy New Year. Every year happiness comes. Happy good morning, we say. So everything is happy. Once to Gurudev, when he was traveling in a plane, the crew member, he just said, have a nice day. Gurudev immediately asked, how? Everybody wishes that you should have a happy life, happy new year, but how? That's why Gurudev, he has given the motto of Chinmaya Mission as to give maximum happiness to maximum people for maximum time. This is the goal of Chinmaya Mission. Actually, through Gita and through Upanishad, finally what we want? Happiness. So it's a maximum happiness. And to maximum people. For maximum time. That is also most important. There are some people, they give maximum sorrow to maximum people in minimum time. But what Gurudev says, no, I want to give maximum happiness. So, what I want to say, that whole life is revolving around happiness. So, happiness is a very, very important topic to think and to discuss and to inquire. And our great rishis, great seers, they have thought over this matter. Now, I will tell you 3 layers or 3 steps. When we think of happiness, the very, very superficial first level, materialistic attitude you can say. According to that attitude, where is happiness? Happiness is outside. Happiness is in the objects, in the things, in the situations. happiness is not within, we have to get it from outside. And that's why the whole focus is outer world. They go on changing the outer world and want to become happy. They change the objects, things, situations, comforts. Their formula is more comfort, more happiness. This is the formula. But actually comfort and happiness, there is a difference. The person, he was very poor and he had no comfort, no facility, and he was very unhappy. But after some time, he got some money and he could create all the facilities and got the comfort. So somebody asked, what is the difference between the earlier your stage and this stage? He said, earlier I was unhappy, uncomfortably. Now I am unhappy but comfortable. With comforts, unhappiness remains. But normal thinking is what? More comfort, more facility, more happiness. Or more money, this is a very normal, thinking. More money, more joy, more happiness. So continuously the attention is on outside things, money, things, situation, comforts. And they keep on changing that and trying. They try. They change place also. In India there is no happiness. If I go to America, there will be more happiness. But you know what happened? In America, Indian problems are not there, but American problems are there. In India, we are facing Indian problems, not American problems. So they go on changing the place. And nowadays Vastu Shastra is also very much, thing where people, they are conscious about. So they say, why unhappiness is there, why sorrow and all problems are coming. So say it is because due to that window. That window is in wrong direction. Door is in wrong direction. To demolish that. So people do that, but still, okay, for a few days, few years, they may be happy, but again problem pops up. So my point is, they go on changing. Some people feel that because of these planets and stars, they are unhappy. Problems are because of. So they go to astrology and they want to know what is their future. And when one person went to the astrologer and he asked, what can you see in my palm? He says, for 7.5 years there is no guarantee, no hope. No hope of any happiness or joy. He said afterwards you will be used to it. So astrology, so many ways, people think. Some people, they think by wearing different, the stones. I have seen a person on 10 fingers, all 10 fingers, he has got two rings. So happiness is outside. This is the first level. Object, things. But this is not right thinking. Because if object has got happiness, then whoever gets that object, he should be happy. This is a very fundamental actually law. Those who have studied Vedanta, they must be knowing. One object cannot satisfy everyone. If object has got the nature of giving happiness, then every object should satisfy everyone. Like sweetness is the nature of sugar. Okay, so whoever eats that sugar, whoever tastes it, he gets that sweetness. Whether that person is small or big, rich or poor, Indian or American, whether he eats that sugar in the night time or daytime, because the nature is something which doesn't change. It is called nature. So the happiness is nature of that object or thing, then it should not change. But what we see, one object gives happiness to one person, same object to other person doesn't want to look at it. So one object become, object of liking for one person. For other person it is like one object gives joy to one, other to sorrow. Actually, object doesn't contain happiness, we superimpose. According to our superimposition, we gaze it or read. So that's why this law or this rule or this thinking that happiness belongs to that object is actually wrong. Happiness belongs to place, wrong. Many people, they see US is very good, but many people are there, they have left that and came to India. So the point is, happiness cannot be, the nature of thing or place or object or time or, any external. It is relative. According to your mind, you go on superimposing. But, the common thinking is that only, that if we want to have success in our life, we have to change outside world. But that is negated, it is falsified by proper thinking. It is very logical thinking. Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad, it is very, very logical. Lot of logic and reasoning has been done. So this is the first level. Now second level, again when we inquire about happiness, they say yes, happiness is definitely, it is not outside. Agree. But happiness is dependent on me. Now slowly they come to themselves. They say happiness is not dependent on outer world, but it is dependent on you. So now they are little more introvert, you can say, they go within. First level was, in Hindi we call it Bahirmukhi, extrovert, materialistic attitude. But little higher thinking people, they are called as thinker. They say, world can offer you happiness if you change. Gurudev used to say, world will change if you change. Same world which is giving you sorrow and create problem and all that, same world will become heaven if you change. Now you change means what? And when it is said happiness is dependent on you means what? Now listen to it very, very carefully. God has given us this physical body, this physical form. And we have got one privilege to act. Animals and plants, they don't have this right. But we can act. And they say, this action can become source of your happiness. If you know how to act, if you know the art of action, then happiness will be dependent on your action. You will get happiness through your activities, through your action. And without action we cannot stay, we cannot remain, we cannot live. Gurudev used to say, action is the signature of life. Whenever we are living, we are doing something. And Gurudev jokingly used to say, if you don't do anything, if you become totally, completely inactive, then at least 4 people will become active to lift you. Meaning when you die, then only your action will stop. Otherwise it will be there. Even in deep sleep also, so many things are going on in our body. We digest the food, blood circulation is going on, breathing is going on. So, therefore Bhagavad Gita says, Nahi kaschit kshanamapi jatu tishtati akarma. You cannot remain even for a moment without engaging in some activity and action. So our Rishi Munis, what they say, very beautiful. They say, make this action a source of joy, happiness. And if you know how to act, then definitely by actions we get happiness. And very simple law, as you sow, so shall you reap. Good action definitely brings good result and happiness and joy. It is just, running away because he is always scared that police will come. So attitude towards action is the first one. Why I am doing, with what intention I am doing. If intention is good, naturally the result will be good. Second layer of our personality is actually mind. And if we want happiness, they say you change your mind. Then change the mind, change the world. You must have heard. And they say, as the mind, so the man. So everything is actually revolving around mind. Mind is in the center. But this mind cannot be seen. It is not perceived thing. It is very subtle. All of you have mind. I hope everybody has got mind. But I don't see that. And one way it is very good. If I don't see your mind, then I cannot talk. Because in your mind, thoughts might be going on. When this talk will over, whether Swamiji has got watch or not. So mind is actually subtle. Can't be seen. And you are not seeing my mind also. Otherwise it will be an open secret. You will know what I am going to do. But mind is a very, very important factor of our personality. And a lot of thinking is done on this mind because mind governs the happiness. They say mind is a flow of thought. You might have heard this very famous definition of Gurudev. Mind is not one organ like liver or heart or brain. It is a flow of thoughts. Whenever we experience mind, thought has to be there. Without thought, there cannot be existence of mind. So when we say that if you change the mind, your personality will be changed, means what? We will have to change the thoughts. The quality of thought. If we want to change the quality of mind, quality of thought has to be changed. And it is a strange thing. We talk of quality of objects, things, but we never talk of quality of our mind. We want good quality clothes, good quality food, good quality house. But what about mind? On which everything is dependent. So our scripture says, Uddared Atmanatmanam. You lift your mind and your personality will be lifted. You lift your mind and you will achieve your goal. Therefore Vivekananda also says, arise, awake and stop not till you reach your goal. So this mind, purify the mind, make that mind powerful, then this mind will become source of happiness. Now very interesting thing I will tell you. See, all these saints and Mahatmas, people just throng, they go to them in thousands. And what they have? They don't have any money to offer. But still, people go there and they are glued to that Mahatma. Like Gurudev, just now, Anilji was talking about Gurudev. We use thousands of people, they are all the time surrounding that Swamiji or whatever that Mahatma. Why? What is that which he is offering to people? He has got only one thing, and that is good mind, powerful mind, inspiring mind. So if mind is good, then happiness is there. And if mind is impure, dirty and all negative thoughts are there, even he is sitting in the midst of comfort, he will not be happy. Therefore Gurudev, Swami Chinmayananda has given one quotation. There he says, the tragedy of human history is happiness is decreasing in the midst of increasing comforts. Comforts are increasing, but happiness is decreasing. Why? Because the quality of mind is coming down. It is deteriorating. So, happiness is dependent on the quality of mind. Powerful mind, pure mind, that can bring more joy, that can bring more happiness to us. They say there are 3 MPs which are very, very important for success. One is money power, second is man power, and third is mind power. more MPs there, sometimes they are also, we need. And they are who are sitting in parliament. But actually 3 MPs, money power, manpower and mind power. If these 3 MPs are with us, then we will be successful in our. So here they said, try to change the mind, try to change the thoughts, transform your mind. And very famous quotation, they said, as the thought, so the action, as the action, so the, anyone can say, so the character, as the character, so the destiny, so the habit, and as the habit, so the character. So that's why everything starts from idea, starts from thought. And Gurudev used to say, every thought has got a particular unit of energy. Energy is there. Thought means energy. According to Einstein, everything is energy. So mental energy is there. And when we don't think properly, we are wasting this, dissipating our energy in wrong direction, wrong channels. So therefore, they say focus, mind on the mind. Mind your mind. When I said somebody, when I asked somebody, do you know what is mind? He said, no, I don't know. I said, never mind. I will tell you what is. So normally, we don't look at our mind. Normally, generally, we are seeing all the time mind of others. Gurudev said very beautifully. He says, more than who is ahead of you and behind of you, important thing is what is within you. That is more important. And when we introspect, then we come to know faults and defects of our mind, weakness of our mind. And then only we can change. Then there is a possibility of any transformation. So, after action is at physical level, thoughts are at mind level. And the third layer of our personality is intellect. I am talking all about Gurudev's thoughts. I am not, these are my original thoughts. He says there are 3 layers, BMI, body, mind and intellect. Again, if you want to be happy in your life, he said think of your brain, intellect, in which direction it is thinking. Brain is a faculty, or intellect is a faculty of discrimination, understanding, decisive factor. It gives decisions. So take care of that intellect, buddhi. There was great intelligent person, Chanakya, you might have heard of him, Chanakya. Actually, he was genius. He used to pray to God that God, if you are not happy with me, or if you are angry with me, you take away all the belongings, house, clothes, but don't take my intellect. Because if I have that intellect, I can get all this. But if you lose your mind and thinking capacity or faculty, you lose everything. So therefore, thinking, and our Guruji always says, more than what to think, important is how to think. Of course, what to think is important, but how to think. We should learn the art of thinking. Normally our thinking is either incomplete thinking, wrong thinking, or not thinking. When we say that you please think little bit, he said already I have got little brain, and if I think of spirituality, then it will be difficult for me to do the transactional. And thinking is very difficult. That's why people run away from thinking. And that's why if Vedanta talks are there, people immediately go to sleep also. Where that thinking, is not very easy. Even to think for 5 minutes, very difficult. Think properly, not only gossiping. That is a different thing. So by doing this, we can bring more happiness. So first level I said, where the happiness belongs to outside. Outside. Second, no, it is dependent on me. Now third and last point I will tell. And this is most important and most subtle. Scripture don't depends on you. But one step further they go and they say happiness is you. Happiness is me. You don't have to go anywhere. You are there and you are happy. But I cannot digest it. How can I say I am happy? Therefore the topic was given as happiness is me. Now superficially we think we don't agree with this thought. Always I say happiness is somewhere in the object, this, that. But just now we saw that it is all wrong. But when they are saying happiness is me, what is the logic? Listen to it very carefully. It is a statement. We will have to understand this statement. And if someone really understands it, definitely he will be so happy, happiest man of the world. You know, whom you love most, just think. I think everyone will agree with that. I love myself the most. Is it true or not? I love myself the most. And wherever happiness or joy is there love is there. Simple mathematics. Wherever I see happiness, definitely I love that. Where I don't see any joy, pleasure or happiness, I just don't like it, don't love it. No one loves garbage. No one loves mosquitoes. Why? Because there is no happiness or joy in that. So wherever happiness or joy is there, love is there. This is the equation. So if I am loving myself maximum, then what will be the conclusion? The happiness also should be maximum in me. To save myself, I give up everything. I give up everything to save myself. But why you are so precious, so valuable? Because there is joy, there is a bliss. Therefore in our Vedanta we say, you are Ananda Swarup. You are actually you have the nature of happiness or bliss. You don't have to beg that happiness. And ask different. Today what is our situation? Though we are happiness, but we are begging. We go to TV and we say, please give me some happiness. We go to ice cream and say, please give me happiness. We go to pizza and give me happiness. But actually, happiness is my nature. Logic is because I love myself the most. And wherever happiness is there, love is there. Direct relationship is there. So logically I can understand. And one more point, and then I will conclude. We want, from the beginning I am telling, we want happiness, we want happiness. But our scriptures and our Rishi Muni again, they go one step further. And they say, why you want happiness? What is the wrong in unhappiness? What is the fault in unhappiness? Why don't you want unhappiness? You only want happiness. Why? Now this question we never ask. I want to be happy, I want to be happy. And I go on, striving to get it. But why I want happiness? Oh, it's a very deep question. The answer of this question is, in this nature, if you see, every object tries to regain its nature. If it is shifted from its nature, it tries to get its nature. For example, a bird has got nature of flying in the open sky. But if you keep that bird into cage, always it is struggling to come out from it. Why? Because it is against nature. To remain in the cage is against nature. So it's struggling. Water, the nature of water is to float off. If you lift it, again the moment it gets some point, some hole, it will again float down. Why? It is a nature. Water is cool, in nature. And if you heat it and you leave it, then whatever, again it will become cold. So in this nature, in this world we find everybody is going towards its nature. So if everyone running towards happiness and striving and struggling to get happiness, what it shows, what it proves, that somewhere our nature should be of happiness. This is logically. If I was of the nature of sorrow, then what would have happened? I would have tried to get more sorrow. But people don't want to think of it. Even this physical body, it has got its nature. It has got different limbs. But some foreign material enters into it, this body tries to throw it away. Because it is against nature. One drop of poison, if it enters, body tries to remove it. But same poison is there in the body of snake. It doesn't do that way because it is nature. So if I am trying to get more and more happiness, it shows that it is my nature. That's why the title is given as Happiness is Me. Now, if I am happiness, then all the time I should be happy, smiling, laughing. Why there are tears in my eyes? Why I am unhappy? The only thing is I am ignorant about my truth. I am happiness, I am bliss, but still I am sorrowful. The only reason is I don't know my truth. If I remove the ignorance, then my true nature will be revealed to me, and then I will enjoy my true life. And all the saints and sages, they again and again they say this one, that you are not the beggar of happiness, you are actually the giver of happiness. If you know your true nature, you will become source of happiness of. So that is the target, that is the final goal where we have to reach.
But in day-to-day life, we are facing so many problems, recession, this, that. We are working hard to achieve our goals, but somewhere we are losing the happiness. So it may not be possible for all of us to read Gita or Upanishad by finding time. So what is the simplest way to realize that this form, that I am not different from Chidananda to be Shiva? Can you suggest anything for students like me?
No, just now I said that forget about that, Chidananda. You just focus on your action, focus on your mind. Change your vision, change your way of thinking. Hard work you have to do. Lot of qualities we have to inculcate. Lot of qualities, because these qualities make our mind very, very pure and actually best means to reveal that happiness. So imbibe more and more qualities in our day-to-day life. That is the only thing we can do. By doing that, automatically your level of your mind will go up, and that happiness which is hidden in that will come out. So that is the practical approach. Develop more and more good values and qualities. The quality of mind, quality of action, quality of thinking, that we have to do. I know everyone cannot read Gita and everyone cannot take sannyas and cannot go to, but transactional level, what we can do, what best we can do, transform, change your attitude and all that. Okay?
Any other questions from anybody? Yeah, please go ahead. Go.
So as you said that the art of thinking, mindfulness is very important. But the most important thing which I have found that what to think and how to think.
Yes.
What is the most simplest of the ways in which people can actually start thinking? And
How to think? Definitely for that I will have to think. Now see, I think in your institution also, you must be talking lot about thinking only. Now I cannot give a general, answer for this. How to think, it depends on in which field you are, what you are doing. According to that you will have to think. For example, the simple thing is observation. First observe. Bring all the data together. Then classify it. Observation and classification. Go broaden your thinking as much as whatever you can think. Try to do that. That way, step by step, we have to think. So I cannot give a general answer for it, but the a specific answer. But the general thing is, try to take as much as information as you can have, and then go into detail slowly, one by one. Then I think you can cover all the points, and the clear picture will emerge.
We take this opportunity to express our gratitude and thanks to Pujya Swami Advaitananda ji for giving us very illuminating talk on happiness is me. As he said simply, if we work, we mostly work for happiness, but we have to learn how to work out of happiness. And that's what, as he said, we have to think. So we also express our gratitude and thanks to Brahmachari Navneet Chaitanya ji